And you
worked.
obviously felt comfortable doing that and comfortable being around all of those people because you were doing something you enjoyed.
Yeah, absolutely. And also getting everyone involved in that process as well. You know, Prince Lorenzo, who'd never peeled a potato before and who's 40 years old, it was great. I think a lot of people have, you know, learnt new skills.
Princes, eh? Let's talk about your journalism career. How much do you think this set you aside from all of your other housemates?
I know that everyone was really wary about me.
Which is understandable. When you
Yeah.
have a house full of celebrities and a journalist walks in, they kind of go, right, then we're not going to talk for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And also I was explaining to everyone, because people were saying, well, I bet you're going to write loads of articles about this. And I was saying, yeah, I've learned how to mind map, and everyone's got a different tree in my mind, and I'm clocking up different things that have happened. So I think people were really, yeah, absolutely were really wary. And they were shit-stirring, dare I say, about what I would write about them and what I had written in the past. And, you know, Colleen was all fiery and all ready to say to me, I can't believe you've written this and I can't believe you've written that. I haven't read it, but I can't believe you wrote that. I'm like, love, read what I've written first.
Yeah.
Come on, you know, you're supposed to be a professional. Read what I've written before you start having an opinion on it.
One person that you have written about,
yes,
not specifically, but kind of in passing,
mentioned,
was Rhian, who
lovely
is
Rhian.
over there tonight. Were you worried about how she would take to you?
I wouldn't say I was worried. I knew that I'd mentioned her in passing in a particular feature. I think the biggest problem for perhaps someone like myself and Rhian was the fact that she was bonded at the hip with Danica, and I realised on Rhian and Rhian's last day that had Rhian been separated from Danica, she would have had a totally different experience in the house. I think it would have been better for her, actually. Danica's a tough cookie, you know. She could have gone in there on her own with 12 other guys and she would have survived, no problem. Yeah. I think if Rhian had been on her own...
She knows what she's doing when it comes to men.
Yeah, absolutely. She taught me a thing or five. I think if Rhian had been there on her own, she would have definitely been bonded with me and with Julie and with a couple of other housemates, for sure.
OK. Julian was somebody else who had a little bit of a problem with your career. Take a look at this.
OK.
I can communicate with her, but there's an awful lot of, are you all right? The one thing about her I can't get over, she is a Daily Mail journalist. I find that a real problem. So that's why I refer to her as that, just to remind myself that that's who she is and you shouldn't really trust her on that account. It's awful, really, because there are times when I really like her, but there you have it. Perhaps I should talk to her about it.
So does that surprise you at all?
Do you know, I found Julian to be an emotionally cold fish, and that obviously explains why he obviously didn't trust me as far as he could throw me, which wouldn't be very far, seeing how Julian exercises and the problem he has with his back. I'm actually a freelance. I work for whoever will pay me. You know, the fact that I work for certain newspapers, you know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the same with Julian. You know, he's in Panto this year. He you know, we all move from gig to gig to gig, and I think he should have, you know, he should have had the balls and manned up and asked me about what I do, rather than making snidey comments in the diary room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could sit with him and he wouldn't say anything for 5 minutes, and you just think, why is he not talking?
I think he's surprised me, actually, because I thought we would see a very different Julian Clary in the house, and he has been really quite quiet.
Yeah, I thought he'd be much more flamboyant, much more witty. I know he was back and forth to the diary room like a rat out of a trap, so he was obviously saving all his witticisms for the diary room, but it's a real shame that he didn't choose to share them in the house, actually.
Yeah. Let's talk about love in the house.
Yes!
And this love triangle that kind of wasn't a love triangle. During the argument between Danica and the situation, you took the side of the situation.
I would take the side of the situation every
Tell me
time,
why.
Emma. Because you said it's not really a love triangle. It was a love triangle. That man all but proposed to her. He's ready to fly her out to the MTV Awards in LA. He's ready to just... I said to him, get a prenup, but he's ready to share the wealth on that woman. And yeah,
should he know better though?
This
is a guy that in his show is a bit of a player.
Yeah, but he's 30
so surely
now,
he should see a player coming a mile off.
He's 30. He's ready to settle down. He said, "You are my English road, Danica. You are the woman for me." It was love. It was the best rom-com I've ever seen. And she
You've seen it.
She blew it.
Personal. Why did you describe her as poison?
Because she, you know, There's a brilliant saying, the female of the species is more deadly than the male. That woman defines that phrase for me without hesitation. She has played him like a fiddle. She's played... I mean, Lorenzo, he's a successful businessman in New York. You know, he does deals here, there and everywhere. And yet she had him by the balls for 48 hours, for God's sake. She was supposed to be attached to him. Lorenzo, I want to do my makeup now. OK, Danica. Lorenzo, I want to go and see if Riri's OK. OK, Danica. It's like, Lorenzo, man, what are you doing?
Do you think the boys were totally blameless?
Yes, I do, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I mean, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. You know, there was so much testosterone in that house. And, you know, Rhian and Danica are bloody good-looking girls.
What about Rhian and Ashley? Do you think Ashley was totally blameless?
Ashley is an Olympian. This is the year of the Olympics in London. Ashley was totally blameless. I love Rhian, but...
Why, because he's an Olympian? He can't be totally blameless because he's an Olympian. He has to be totally blameless because he did nothing wrong. But once he was told, he just seemed to keep going on about it and going for it. I mean, he should really just have gone, OK, that's it.
He did, but he's young. I don't think he's ever had his heart broken, to be honest. And I think it was a tough lesson to learn in the Big Brother house. He's had
With
so
a lot
many...
of people watching.
Yeah, he's had so many tough lessons to learn. You know, he's 23 years old and... You know, it's been a huge year for him. I know I sound like I'm sticking up for him, but I am. But, yeah...
Well, you've lived there. You know better than anybody
He can't do any wrong in my
right.
eyes, to be honest. He's a great kid.
He does seem like a really, really nice
And he's
boy.
a great personal trainer. But...
and finally, Samantha, who are you going to be avoiding at the wrap party?
I'm not going to be avoiding anyone, except I'll be looking forward to seeing Julian The Situation. Absolutely. I might give Julian the culture. He's given it to me for the last 17 days.
OK, Samantha,
yeah.
thank you so much. Samantha, everybody. But as we know, Samantha is not the only one that checked out this evening. Are you lot ready for another celebrity? Of course you are. Let's take a look at evictee number 5's worst bits.
I'm most excited to be here. Just so excited. I interact with men and women on the internet, and in return they get me little gifts or pay me.
I was just shocked, like. I think Danica's hot.
Can you hold me properly? Papa.
Papa. She's the type of girl I can marry.
Oh, geez, you're not allowed to touch.
She's paying everyone,
Off me, don't touch me.
and she's playing the game.
I think you're a little prostitute and I just don't like your ways.
Danica.
She's the whore.
No.
It's just I'm a bit angry, do you know what I mean, that someone can say that. I'm sick of it, it's just so horrible.
She's trying to play games with everyone's emotions.
You know what she's doing?
She's playing a game. She wants to win.
When I associate the word celebrity, I deal it with people that's got genuine talents.
Well, you're fake.
You know deep down that I am not fake. I've got fake tits, and do you know what? I fucking love them.
She is a strong girl, man.
It's like dancing with a shopping truck.
I always get sad thinking, well, this won't be the last time I speak to Big Brother, will it? No. I'll see you later, Big Brother.
Shall we meet her in person? After 17 days in a sticky situation, it turns out eviction was on your wish list. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Danica. Jeff, take it away.
Your bad romance. I want your love and I want your revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. Whoa, whoa. I want your loving and your lover's revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. Whoa,
and take a seat, have a little sip of champagne. Now, before we start, this is Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Danica.
Hello, darling.
Jeff
All right.
has got a present for you.
Yes, I have. Very exciting. Shall I come across?
Come over and explain it to everyone as well.
Well, we've, as you probably know, Danica has a very famous wish list now, and we've bought you something off your wish list. It's not the diamond necklace, I'm afraid, darling.
Oh.
But we did get you these. Nipple, your nipple covers, yes.
I needed those
yes.
in the house as well.
They are. I haven't worn them. It's all right. They're fresh.
Jeff, thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Thank you,
Thank
Danica.
you. So you did need them in the house, especially when you're in the shower. Because we saw those puppies, Danica. Right, let's start with the wish list.
OK.
It has divided opinion outside of the house and inside of the house.
Yes.
And especially some of the housemates really didn't take to it. Did you ever imagine that you would be judged so much on it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I did imagine that, and everyone's got their own opinion and their own right to their opinion. And I know it's a very controversial thing, so if anything, actually, I thought that they were quite kind to me, really.
Did it make you a little bit dubious about going into the house because of it?
No, it didn't, because it's such a massive opportunity. You know, I kind of forgot about that, and I was like, wow, you know, this is massive, and I can't wait to go on, and I've had a brilliant time. So it didn't really faze me in that respect. But then, kind of when I thought about it, I thought I'm going to have to justify myself quite a lot, which I clearly did have to justify myself quite a bit.
You did inside the house, and I think you probably will have to outside
the house. Yeah, of course,
yeah.
of course, yeah.
So a lot has been made about you playing the situation and Prince Lorenzo. What do you have to say about the whole playing bit? I know you've talked to Brian a little bit about flirting.
Yeah.
But as far as playing them, where do you think you stand on that?
I think that I am a very flirtatious person, very flirtatious, and watching myself back, I actually forget how flirtatious I am, to be fair. But also, I knew the both of them liked me before, you know, and I've got a boyfriend, but they're both attractive and got charisma and whatever, so I just found myself kind of thinking, but not playing them against one another. There was none of that. So
there was definite full-on flirting, but no playing?
There was flirting, but no playing, as you
would. So you held your hands up to Brian and you said, yes, looking at it back, I can see it. And there is definitely a line that everyone talks about. How far across that line do you think you went?
I think I did go too far, and I think that I have learnt that lesson, and I think when you know that somebody likes you, you shouldn't continue to flirt, which is what I did, and I do think I overstepped that mark.
OK. The situation said you both had something for sure that can't be faked. You didn't seem so convinced, I think it's fair to say. Can you explain, though, why he sees your relationship so differently?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do see a connection between me and the situation. Whether I was single and would ever go there, I don't think I would, because I don't really fancy him or whatever.
So how did you see him?
I saw him as really good fun, amazing, lovely guy. And he is a fanciable person, don't get me wrong, he really is. And I was just there to have fun. You know, I'm young and I just wanted to have a bit of a laugh.
With the two guys that fancied you really badly.
Which was bad, I know.
As far as the situation goes, there was something that I don't think helped matters. Have a look at this clip.
I think this is going to work for you.
You know, if you're positive...
Yeah.
You know,
But I mean you and Danica. This is going to work.
I hope so. She's the first...
And you were meant to meet.
She's the first girl I've liked in, like, 5 years.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, as soon as she opens her mouth, I'm like, you know.
And you're just so right for each other.
I would wait in a hotel until, you know what I mean? Like...
I think she's being very nice about it. But when you fall in love with somebody, that's it.
So what do you make of that? I mean, Julie's kind of not helping your cause to a certain extent. This was quite near the beginning, though.
Yeah.
But saying that she thinks he's in there.
Well, all of the housemates have only just realised a couple of days that Julie, you know, Julie's really lovely to everybody, but I understand now, you know, and it's taken everyone a long, long time that there's kind of been a bit of backstabbing and whatever. So,
there has been a couple of sticky moments with her.
But I don't know with the sticky moments yet, but I'm sure I'll find out about the sticky moments.
You've got a couple of weeks to catch up
yeah.
on. So.
But no, I think I did see the situation talking to Julie a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know...
Is it weird calling him the situation?
Mike, yeah, I know.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I was like, Sitch or Mike, you know, I was like, what do I call you? Same as Prince, I just called him Prince, because I was like, what do you call him? So,